I think the stereotypes of DC being bourgeoisie, a little elitist, bougie as you call it, it's true. DC's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. Will I sign my lease over? Hey, hi, hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Real Rana J, where we do everything lifestyle, vlog, everything DC, and just somebody in their late 20s navigating life, I guess. So in this video, as you can read by the title, we are going to be talking about my 1-year anniversary in DC, which is coming up in about like 2 weeks. But the reason I'm doing this video is because my lease ends in 8 days, and I haven't renewed it yet. Yeah, so I've been sitting with myself. Do I want to go back home? Do I want to, like, what are the next steps for me? And yeah, so I just wanted to share my update of 1 year of living in DC. And so I have it separated into community, food, social life, cost of living, and the final verdict on if I'm going to be renewing my lease or not. And I dead ass haven't renewed my lease, so this is truthsy. The community, it's different. So I preface this by saying I'm from Miami, and yeah, most of my judgment is from a Florida mindset to DC mindset, so this might not resonate with everybody. But a pros of DC is there's so many black professionals, established and up and coming. So like the doctors, the lawyers, not even the doctors, the lawyers, the surgeons, the firms are owned by black people, like law firms. Business after business after business is black owned here in DC, and for me, I wanted that. I needed that. Like, I love, my city down to the ground, but I need my people. I need, for us, by us, and you could definitely get that up here in DC. Another pro of the community, it's so many free stuff to do. It's out of this world. Like, festivals. It's literally a festival every month. Pride Festival, Black History Month Festival, literally a street parade just cause. And there's always something to do. If you have a small business, you can set up shop at these festivals, making you a little extra money. Free pop-ups everywhere in that same vein of commerce. Conferences, like, just pivoting into the next part, the networking aspect of it. The community and networking part of DC is chef's kiss. Like, if you're a person who is just starting out in your career field, so is most people here in DC. Like, there's so many universities. I moved up here not knowing how many universities there was. Like, if I list how many, I'm gonna probably put a list right here. Like, it's a lot of universities. But yeah, like, it's so much community to get involved in. So it's a good thing. Free as in, there's so many workshops. There's so many lectures. The museums here are free. If you're into, I don't know, astronomy and astrophysics, there's the Space Museum here. They just opened a new exhibition called Starstruck that I want to visit. And I'll probably visit sooner or later this week. It's $25, so I might just bite that bullet. But and y'all will see the vlog if that happens, so stay tuned. But it's so much. The African American History Museum, the Government Museum. You can literally see the Constitution, the Library of Congress. There's so much stuff here in DC to do, and majority of them are free. Most of the Smithsonian exhibitions are free. The National Portrait Gallery, which is not too far from me, free. So it's like, if you want to get out there, you can get out there. Hold on, y'all hear the siren blowing me? Like, it's blowing me. Hold on, you're just gonna have to write it out. Mind you, I hear it and I don't see it. Okay, so it's an ambulance. And I don't care. I don't care if it's the ambulance, the fire department, the police. We need to start putting noise limiters on them sirens. I don't need to hear you from 2 miles away. I don't need to be hearing you, even if I'm in a car. I don't need to be hearing you from 2 miles away. And you see how it left, and I still hear it. I don't need that. Once you pass me, once I'm not in your aura, once I'm not in your 65 feet, or whatever Sky said.
76! 76! 76 feet away from me is what I need!
Yeah. I don't need to be. I'm still hearing it. It's left like 2 minutes ago. Come on. Anywho, that's the community for you up here in DC. But I am in like downtown, so that's par for the course. Now it's time to get into the cons. I think the stereotypes of DC being a little bourgeoisie, a little elitist, bougie as you call it, it's true. And I do think it's also where you find yourself. So it is a two-way street. So yes, they exist, but also you are there. If that makes sense. Like you went there. Like you went to the nice spot with the grass background and the flowers and roses and daisies. And then you mad because everybody else was there. It's also bourgeoisie and also paying that ridiculous price for chicken and waffles. Like, why are you paying $50 for chicken and waffles? And they're not even chicken, like real chicken wangs. Be so for real. Anywho. But also, I think people like that. But it's costly. It's costly to be a part of some of these communities if your goal is to be a part of the networking space, to be in the rooms with the doctors, the lawyers, the who's talking to the people in the rooms that make it happen. It's gonna cost you, and you got to pay the cost to be the boss, I guess. And also a lack of, and I guess keeping in this same bubble, a lack of socioeconomic diversity. So not racial. Like you go in the rooms, it's gonna be blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanics, Australians. I don't know. You'll find your people. Your Europeans won't find interclass dialogue. Like, and just to put it frankly, a little bit of my most of my time here in DC has been in the part of DC where I'm living like Carrie Bradshaw. I'm living that Sex and the City life. Like, I have my apartment. It's nice, and then I'm getting on the metro, and I'm coming to my job in the city, and all of these great things, which I love. However, I don't find myself oftentimes in the other part of the cities. The food. I'm gonna just list all the pros, and then we're gonna get into it. Pro number one: there are so many restaurants. Like, just in my vicinity alone, I could probably list 30 restaurants. And that might be an understatement. Y'all think I'm exaggerating? I promise you I'm not. They be having like 10 restaurants on one row. Like, and I'm not talking about like just, it's all of them. From your fine dining, we got Del Frisco, True Luckers, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Luckers, I don't know. We got Fuddruckers, actual Fuddruckers. We have Chick-fil-A, what's that? Cane's, Taco Bell. Damn, I'm naming all the fast food ones. But they have a wine spot. It's so much, and it's like 40 Chinese restaurants. So I'm being so fair when I tell you this, not a lack of food. If you hungry, you gonna find you something to eat up here in DC. And with these many restaurants, majority of them have happy hours. If you a happy hour girly, that's why I said that Sex and the City life where you can hit up your girls, like, girl, what you doing? Homeboy, what you doing? I don't know how to, I don't know. But dog, what you doing? And y'all like, let's go to Busboys and Poets, because they have a good happy hour. If you go on, I'm gonna link my blog up here. Busboys and Poets has a good happy hour. Let's go to Ambar. Let's go to there's one down there. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't remember. Del Frisco, because I love their little steak. Not they ribs, I mean. Oh my gosh, there's a, I can't remember the name of it, but I have a vlog of that. I'm telling you, I'll be outside. So I'm gonna link the other vlog, Absolute Noodle. I remember the name, Absolute Noodle. When I tell you, happy hour was packed. Sushi on command, to get whatever you want up here. They got African food. They got Haitian spots, mostly in Maryland. Yeah. And that leads me right into the cons of it. Yes, they have a lot of diversity. Is it authentic though? And I'm not saying that the people cooking it not authentic. Like, of course, Haitians are cooking Haitian food. Chinese people are cooking Chinese food. Like, Vietnamese people are cooking Vietnamese food. Like, everybody's cooking their food. But because of the different palates in DC, is it real though? Like, I want real. Like, if you're gonna feed me, feed me. And I say that because I went to that Haitian restaurant. I don't know if I have a vlog of that. Mind y'all, that plane is so far, like I can't even see it. Y'all see it right there? Why is it so far and you can hear it all the way from here? It's because that's like them Air Force One type jets. I don't know. It'd be a lot going on over here. But keep me safe, y'all. But yeah, it's inauthentic. The seasonings, babes. I remember I tried this Korean like fried chicken place. It was good, but when I say the seasonings was so wonky, it looked so seasoned. And it smelled so seasoned. The reason I ordered it is because one time I was at a bus stop outside their restaurant, and everybody around me, and the dog wagging its tail walking across the street was all looking at that restaurant because it smelled so good. And to much of my dismay, it smelled good. The seasonings was not there. It tasted so bland. Like, where is this? Like, you putting parsley, oregano, you putting smell goods, but you're not putting the real seasonings. Like, don't kill me. Anywho, yeah. So that's the cons of the food. It's good. It's so much food, and you can find you some good food. Like, it's not horrible, but maybe because I'm Pisces and I'm from the South, and to me, of all the places I visited thus far, Houston wears the crown for best food. Rest in peace. What's that place? Not Crafty Crab. Turkey Leg Hut. Rest in peace to Turkey Leg Hut, because I had the opportunity to try them, and their food was so good. Ooh, their food was so good. But yeah, you're not gonna get that up here. And next we got the social life. Oh, I know this is the part y'all was waiting for. Please be sure to like and comment and subscribe, if you get value from this video. My friend Saskia says I need to be doing more sit down talking videos with y'all, and that's what I'm doing for y'all. That's what I'm trying to do for y'all. Social life. I don't know if I just have luck like that being from Miami, but when I was an undergrad, and also when I was in now that I live in DC, trust and believe is something to do every single day, every single night. I could go on Posh. I'm on my phone. I'm looking for my phone. I'm on it. I could go on Posh, Eventbrite, Partiful. I'm gonna tell you so many apps. It's this umbrella. Y'all can see it. That umbrella is doing a little waving thing. I'm like, bitch, don't be flying over. They're trying to blame me. You better sit your ass down. Anywho, something to do every single day, every single night. Like I said, the professional events, the conferences, the educational events. It'd be like PBS up in here. Like, you could really find you something to do. Wake up and do something to do. And also with the professional events, they be having mixers. Like me and Saskia we're supposed to go to this medical mixer where we like meet with other medical professionals. They had an FSU alumni thing that just recently happened that we went to, attended. I'll include some clips here. But yeah, everything is truly a vibe up here, and many of them are free and made for that networking aspect. So I'm telling you, you could come here with no friends. You're gonna leave you with a like Charlotte. You're gonna leave you with a web, okay? And all depends on what you could catch for real. And then the part you always been waiting for. If you're looking for that, posh girl, posh boy, socialite vibe, find that up here. If you're looking for that hippie music, underground grunge vibe, you can find that up here. You can find whatever you're looking for up here. And I'm pretty sure you can find that everywhere, but up here, I mean, like, it's intentional about being that match. It's the cost. Oh my goodness. This DC is so expensive. Oh my goodness, it's so expensive. It's literally like I haven't left Miami at all. The way the rent is, the way the cost of living is. The only thing that's worse about DC compared to Miami is that transportation is ridiculous out here if you have a car. But it's kind of like New York. If you like the Metro girl, which I've become a Metro girl, I'll be on that Metro up and down. But even that's a cost. Like, the Metro ain't free unless it's free for you. If I can get a discount, but for me it's not free because I'm a law-abiding citizen. So I'm paying like $3.65 to and fro every single day. That's $7 every single day. And that's only if and what I hate about the trains up here is, like, down south, well, in Miami, whatever you pay is whatever you pay. If you pay $2.50 to get on that bus, you can ride that bus from here to Hong Kong. It's $2.50. On the train, the Metro, the further you go, the more it costs. So mine is $3.65, but if I stayed on the Metro and kept going, it'd be like $4, $5, $6, $7. Like, what? Like, imagine, if you commuted, like, what? Could I was in the club? Like, where am I getting this money to be doing that? And that's the most efficient part of it. The people who have cars, you gotta pay for parking. So not only is your rent high, that's number one. Rent high, utilities, please. Food is high for everybody across the board. Imagine you gotta pay for parking, and not just like, a little $20 or $50. I'm talking about $100, $200, $300 on top of rent for parking. Now imagine you paying your car, you paying your insurance, and then you got to pay $300 to park at your house that you sleep at, that you already paying 2, 3, 4 bands for to lay your head in. Imagine that. Then next you have to pay for parking at your job, because if you drive to work, where you think you're gonna park? On your head? No, you gotta park in a parking spot. So if you park on the street, you got to pay for that. If you park in the garages at your job, you got to pay for that unless your job validates that, which gets you a job that validates, gets you a boss up. But most of us in our transition phase, in our transition era, and it's hard. Okay? And then here's another pet peeve about the transportation stuff. In Miami, you get you a transfer. You get on one bus, you're paying that one price. If you transfer to the next bus, unless you like transfer into a jitney, or unless you transfer into like the train, okay, you can't do that. Point blank. But that's also because there's two different entities. Like the people who drive the trains aren't the same people who do the buses. Whereas DC, it's the same thing. The same people do this both situations. Why on God's beautiful blue earth would they make bus to bus transfer free, right? Bus to train transfer free, but not train to bus. So if you ride the train first and then get on the bus, you have to pay the train price, whatever that is $6, $7, whatever. And then you got to pay $2, $2.25. I think that's the price for the buses. Whereas if you get on the bus first, so if I pay the $2.25 first, I'm not paying for the train up until a certain point. It's gonna start charging you if you like $7. Like, come on. But if it's like my $3, it wouldn't charge me for that. So I gotta get on the bus. Mind you, the Metro's supposed to send me to the bus. So let's say I had to ride the Metro first to get to the bus that's gonna take me to my job. I'm losing out on money. That's stupid. DC, y'all need to fix that. It's almost an hour, girl. I might have a meeting. But yeah. But with all that being said, yes, it costs much, but just like New York, just like Miami, just like LA, if you want to be here, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way. There's co-living situations. There's dorms. There's you know, rent by like basements. It's a lot of basements up here. If you don't got basements down south, that's new to me. It's a lot of basements where you can stay in somebody's basement and it'd be huge. And you paying like, you know, same price you be paying down south, like maybe 1,000, you know, 1,100, 900, you know, it's nice. And then also if you want to live that life, which you like me, you hustle. You gotta hustle. Like, yeah, y'all see, I've moved to DC and I've been dropping videos since, babes. Y'all may not be watching them, but that don't mean I'm not gonna keep dropping them, because I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna get out of here. And because of that, because of the high cost, I do have to say this as a disclaimer, and something that's really driving my decision on whether I'm renewing my lease or not, is it could get real bad real fast. For all of the aforementioned reasons, the cost, the lack of social services, like I said, to support in that. Like, and when I say it's really, really bad, I mean, like, you know, they have a rent assistance program. The rent assistance program is only once a year. You can only apply once a year. One day out of the whole year, you can apply for rental assistance. What? And then, mind you, once they run out of funding, it's no more funding. Once they run out of funding, that's it. So imagine that. One day, if you're facing homelessness, you only have one day out of the year to maybe get help. Come on, guys. Like, that's ridiculous. And also, because the cost of living is so high, I feel like when I was down south, you could scrape up, you know, $700 real quick. Well, I can. You could scrape something up. You could scrape less than $1,200, maybe $1,200. You know, I don't know what the cost is for living down there, but you could scrape you up something, or at least, you know, supplement that income. But even if you have $1,200, if your bill $4,000, how you gonna get the other $2,800? Where you can get it from? I mean, unless you got the gift of gab, or you selling. Like, I don't see where you just coming up with 3 bands off your face. So that's what I mean, like, it's to get real bad real quick. The verdict. Now it's time for the verdict. 37 minutes is crazy. I'm on my phone, so I don't even know how I have all this storage. But I'm not gonna push my luck. The verdict is DC is not for the weak. DC is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. It's similar to New York and that grind hustle culture, but the grind is different. I feel like New York, you grind and you hustle for that miracle, for that chance, for that one. And I love New York so bad. Like, I love New York. I want to visit New York, so please, the New York vlog coming soon. I'm manifesting it now. But you need brains to get up here. Like, you could be street smart and you could have the gift of gab, but at some point somebody gonna check your bluff, and you're gonna have to supplement that with actual knowledge, for sure. Up here, like in Miami, I feel like you could talk your way up. You could talk your way up. You could talk your way into the C-level suites and all that stuff. Up here, no, they want the products. Like, you got an education, let me see it. Okay, you went to Harvard, so what? Let me see it. You know, let me hear it. What's like, it's also so much you could do. There's so much you could do, so much you could get in. Like, if you're a person who loves to just be busy, you can't sit still, DC is definitely the city for you. There's always something to do. You can learn, you go to the museum, you go to a food festival, you go to, I know right now they're having the lilies at the Kenilworth Aquatic Center, which is, I think, a national park, which you should visit. You could literally walk the monuments, go see Lincoln, go see the Washington Monument, you know, go see the vibes. Go have a picnic somewhere. There's so many forests. Walk the Rockview Park, which is essentially a forest up here. You can do all of these things, but it can become overwhelming. It can become overwhelming, and this is why I get serious with y'all. If you are stretched thin and you have your hands in so many different things, you can't be surprised when it becomes overwhelming. You know? You really can't. it can become overwhelming having so much to do and being involved in so many things with work. If you want to grow professionally, if you want to grow academically, if you're like me and you are doing both simultaneously, if you want to grow your network, if you want to grow your social life because you want actual friends who aren't just your friends because of who you want to become and how much money you're going to have in your bank account. If you want like true, love and you want to date and do all of the things, it's only 24 hours in a day. And if you want to eat healthy, like you want to go to the gym, you want to keep that life, do that real Sex and the City. I don't know how Carrie and her girls did it. It's only 24 hours in a day. And to look, and on top of that, you have to look good 24/7 to get into some of these rooms. Like what? Like, DC is so much. And with that, like all that being said, I think burnout is real in DC. Everybody I've talked to in DC, from work, from school, from just talking around the world, like talking to the community, everybody burnt out here. But I feel like everybody burnt out everywhere for real. Everybody's burnt out, and on top of everybody being burnt out, I feel like it can become taxing when you're burnt out and you're not getting what you want. So like moving to DC because you want a professional relationship and that doesn't happen. Moving because you wanna, join a specific social life and social club and they're being very picky and cliquish, like that could become very taxing on your mental. And on top of that, you got $4,000 rent, child. It's wild. And I think that's what really like drove my decision to say that DC is not for the weak. But if you could stand the fire, like Shaw could say, through the fire, to the limit, to the wall, for the chance to be who you want to be in this world, you got to risk it all. And DC can give you that in the professional sense. If you want that entertainment life, go to New York. If you want that music life, New York, Atlanta, Miami, LA. This not here for that. This is here for the girls who want single family homes and want to buy their houses and cute little plots and whatever. The average house is like $750 to $1 million though, so be weary and be aware. But if you could stand the rain, like Missy say, I say come to DC, give it a shot, give it at least a year. Give it at least a year and see where it could take you. And if you don't feel like DC is too much for like the cost and stuff, Nova, Arlington, Alexandria, Virginia, PG County, Maryland, Montgomery County, Maryland, and even Baltimore, because Baltimore got a special place in my heart. If it wasn't DC, it'd definitely be Baltimore for me. I love Baltimore. I love the people. I think they, in my opinion, they might be a smidge better than DC. It might be a switch better than here in DC. But I think if y'all want a video on that, let me know. Will I sign my lease over? Yes. Yes. I definitely feel like, yes, it's been a year in DC. I've learned so much. I still haven't learned the street style. I'm still lost as a MFer, and I think that's because I'm limited to the trains. I feel like once I have a car up here, well, I do have a car. Once I bring my car up here, I'll be able to maneuver, get through. And I am going to renew my lease. I am going to give it a shot. I am going to give the social life another chance, because I feel like, yes, I've been doing it, but I feel like I've been limited to like the Howard, the medical, law people. Like, man, I can't be my full geesh. I can't be my full self. I can't be, I can't bring the girl out. It's like, this, and this is cute. It's muggy. It's whatever. But if you knew me, this is not me in my fullest capacity. And I feel like I can't do that here in DC yet. But I think that's me limiting myself because of where I was at. And I'm still going to be in those places because I do like the people I've been meeting and mingling with. But I need to be with the real folk. Okay? The regular degulars. Not the next Obamas and, all them people, child. But anywho, yes, I'm going to give it another shot. One more year. You see, you have one more year with me. Hopefully you enjoy it and you do what you need to do to impress me, because I love Miami. But if if La Vie en Rose and it's better up here, I'm not a person who is opposed to staking my claim, child. Getting me a little condo. But that's only if you prove it to me, DC. You gotta prove it to me. Comment on your thoughts. Like, what are your thoughts of DC? Or what are some questions you may have about DC that you think I can answer from my 1 year of living here? But thank you for those who made it all the way to the end of this video. I truly, truly appreciate you for, sticking with me. I'm getting more comfortable, being in front of the camera, talking, and, letting myself be out there and be seen. Because even though I love my aesthetic flaws, because I do think I have an eye, I do believe that, my personality is being subdued and, not being shown to its fullest capacity because of that. And I'm trying to change that. And I will do much better. So, thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. It supports the channel so much, and it's free to do. And I'll see you in the next one. I appreciate you.